How old are you when you first heard the news, and where were you?
I was 30 years old, living here in Stockton, and I was off track. I was teaching year-round school, and so I had slept in that morning.
Okay.
And your dad called like at 6:30 in the morning, which would have been 9:30 back east, and was like, "What's going on? There's all this news going on the news," and I'm like, "I don't know." So I got up and watched the news. So that's kind of what I was doing.
What was your first reaction to the news after seeing it?
My first reaction to the news was a shock, disbelief, horror, because we weren't really quite sure what was going on. But it was not a pleasant sight to see.
After hearing that a plane crashed into the building, did you think it was an attack or an accident?
Well, by the time I heard about it, I believe both planes had crashed into the buildings. So one would have been an accident. Two planes made me think it was something more, because there's no way there could be two planes having an accident in the same place.
Okay. What was your reaction to the towers falling after you witnessed that on the news?
It was heart-wrenching, because you knew there were people still in them, because the power had gone out, so they had to go down the stairs. And we were also hearing news about first responders going in. But it didn't just affect the people that were in the buildings, it was everybody around them. I remember hearing about a daycare facility that got moved because they had to run because the buildings were collapsing. And I remember hearing they were safe, but it's like all I kept thinking is those parents have no idea where their children are. What got me more out of anything was that for the next 2 weeks, anytime you watched the news, there were people posting pictures of family members that they didn't know where they were. And it was heartbreaking. You would see them say, "Have you seen so-and-so? They were last seen in one of the towers," or what. But it was just, they seemed to be, streets were covered with that, besides just the debris of the buildings falling. But I remember crying a lot during that time because it was very sad, very heart-wrenching and scary.
How does this attack affect you today as a person?
I'm not too sure. I think about it a lot. I do think it helped tighten up our national security some. Definitely our flying in airplanes and getting on board and all that good stuff. It's made that safer. But it just showed that the United States of America is not free from harm, and that we live in a world where we think we are all the time, and we are very blessed to have that, but the chance of it is still there.